too black. Whenever a black boy is gunned down, my mother calls me just to hear the melody of my breath crescendo through the phone.
I'm so black, the police sirens sound like Amazing Grace being sung at a funeral.
I'm so black, I question the motive of every white person I meet. I'm so black, most of them assume that I wouldn't finish high school. I'm so black.
Becky dated me just to piss off her parents. Yes, that was her real name, and yes, she was white.
No, not all white women are bad. Yes, we feel the need to say this because black men have died for less. You look lost, boy. Look like you shouldn't be around here, boy. Look like you need help getting back to where you belong, boy. I'm so black. When they say all lives matter, it sounds like white fragility. Sounds like whites only water fountains, like water hoses, like attack dogs, like Reaganomics, like the war on drugs, like the cheers of a lynch mob. I'm so black
that a cell phone
or a book
or a pen
on my hands can all be mistaken.
Okay, so today was my first day at my new nannying job. I'm babysitting this adorable little boy named Jacob. So we started our day off with a nice morning walk, and then we headed back to the house, and I made him some Cheerios and some sliced up blueberries so he wouldn't choke. He really liked it. Then we did some fun activities with blocks and the alphabet, and we read a book. Then it was lunchtime. I decided I wanted to make him a grilled cheese today with some strawberries, and then I changed his diaper, and it was nap time.
Girl, yeah, yeah. Hey, baby, let me see it. I just wanna eat it. Baby, let me see it. No, I really need it.
Mi mamá conoció a mi papá, entonces se enamoraron y luego me tuvieron a mí.
I think for a lot of white Americans, it's a time, to really celebrate this country. And I guess why wouldn't you if this country has celebrated you since the day you're born?
I'm in the Army. I'm a U.S. soldier, so you're expected to want to, to be so patriotic. Like that's automatically the first thing that comes to people's mind. It's hard to get behind the whole idea of like the traditional patriotism because even though I'm an American, I'm a black American.
When people try to sanitize things by saying like we're all Americans, they're just showing their privilege by doing that. Every day I wake up and it's a new hashtag, a new person, a black and brown person dying, a new law that affects me or people who look like me. And it's just even more annoying when they say, well, why are you even here? And it's like, you know why we're here.
And then I think about Native Americans and the subjugation of Native Americans and how meaning free for white Americans or British Americans or all of these people that were kicked out of England meant the death of all of these Native people. So I can't see freedom in that.
When I think of freedom,
if you don't like me, that's fine. But, watch your mouth.
Look at me, I put a face on. Wow! Look at me, I put a show on when I go. Ha 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 ha. All of the things I do.
I like it, but not a lot. I don't like it.
If you
do not support Black Lives Matter, a revolution based on protesting oppression. You are not allowed to watch Hamilton on Disney Plus this Friday. You don't like people of color? Don't touch our music or our culture. But it's American history. Read a book. I absolutely forbid you from crapping all over the Black experience and then being like, ooh, this is a funky beat. No. Now, if you'd like to use Hamilton to learn about Black history, Black culture, some of the rap history that he put into the musical through references, as well as learn about American history, by all means, go for it. But if you go, I hate the Black Lives Matter revolution, but I love the one in the history books, oh, sweetie, you're on the wrong side of history.
I just want you back. I'm running to your side, flying my white flag, my white flag. Running through these checks like the ones on my shoes, so don't get geeked up, like you beat up. Tell that how I'm moving in, cause the lease up. Don't get geeked up, like you beat up. Moving how I wanna with my feet up.
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust. White rum, fizzy pop. Where you they go, we they go up. Catch
I got you good, that's a fact. Ooh, it's alright, it's alright. Let's get up high. Ooh, what's up?
Just go home.
So when I was in 8th grade, I found out I had another sister. We went to the same middle school for 2 years, but in 7th grade, I remember it was the first day of school and I was going to look at the roster to see what class I had. I see my last name and I also see this other girl with the same last name as me. And I'm like, why does this girl have my last name? Like, there's no way there's another, like, McDaniel. Like, I should be the only McDaniel at this school. Middle of 8th grade, a mutual friend, she introduced us because she thought we could be sisters. So we asked them questions and it turns out we had the same dad. These are all my dad's kids. Actually, after he passed away, we finally all got to meet each other. So senior year comes and this is actually the year that we got really, really close. We started together and we graduated together. We're actually less than 8 months apart. Now, what was my sperm donor doing? But we do everything together now, so that's good. It's like a story you would see in a movie. Like, I would never thought it would be me.
If you're ever having a conversation with a white person about race and they start a sentence off with, well, I don't care if you're white, black, brown, purple, green, orange, 10 times out of 10, they're probably...
Fine face like Genevieve. Anything you want, I go be. I be right here, I don't leave. All my love, girl, me, she give me African waist like Tiwa. She want give me that work like Rihanna. Yeah.
Ya me hartó este hijo de la chingada. Se pasó, ya brincó la raya. Está bien que...
This is gonna be a day when you standing in the you can be the greatest, you could be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You could beat the world, you could beat the war, you could talk to God, go banging on the door, you can do it.
So it's the 4th of July, and while I was waiting to get my elote, some lady walks by and was like, you don't eat corn on the 4th of July, you eat burgers, hot dogs. And I was like, I was about to go off on her, but then the lady next to me grabs her elote and smacks her right across the face. Pa, pa! It was crazy. But you do it again, right, Mom?
Period.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing.
Can't escape this now unless you show me. When you look into my
Here are our demands. Defund SPD, how much? 50% at least. Where should that money go? To Black communities. 3, who should you free? All the protesters. Don't forget number 4. No new youth jail. What do we want for number 5? Jenny Durkin to resign. Whose lives matter? Black lives matter. Thank you.
Okay, this is gonna sound really hypocritical because people do it to us all the time and we hate it, but have you ever looked into a white boy's eyes as a lady of color and you said, you look really cute for a white boy, and they're like, huh, what? And it's like, Ethan, you heard me. I say you look for a white boy. Good job. And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm just like, I said, Ethan, you look only average for Christopher Columbus today, so good job, 5 stars.
I was a princess doing alright. Then I became the girl in the village overnight.
I walk in like a timepiece. I go straight to VIP. I never pay for my drinks. My entourage behind me. There is no guarantee that this